Hey everyone, it's Jamie, the dietitian at CrossFit Torque. I just wanted to come on here and first of all wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. I'm sure your Thanksgivings might look a little bit different this year than what they did last year, but I still really hope that you're able to enjoy the day. I also wanted to talk a little bit about nutrition, kind of navigating the holidays. I feel like this time of year can be challenging for a lot of us. And sometimes it even starts with Halloween because, we buy the Halloween candy and then it sits. Maybe there's Halloween candy at work and the temptation's there and we start eating it, and then that kind of segues into Thanksgiving and there's a lot of food and, some of us have different work schedules around the holidays. So I just kind of want to talk a little bit about it, keep everything in mind to really, help you keep focused on what your nutrition goals are and not let the holidays derail you, if you will. So as far as Thanksgiving, I don't see a reason why you shouldn't still be active. I know this year a lot of races, if anyone on here runs, there's usually a lot of turkey trots around Thanksgiving. You can still go run with a friend. I run. If anyone wants to run with me, let me know. We can do a turkey trot together. But go to the gym. I mean, CrossFit Torque has 3 classes available Thursday morning. Or if you don't want to go to the gym, do a home workout or go for a walk with your family. If you have a dog, go walk your dog. Or even just, go for a walk with your spouse or go for a walk with your kids. Just get out there. Keep moving. Just because it's Thanksgiving, it doesn't mean it has to be a day that we just, sit on the couch all day. The other thing is eat a balanced breakfast. Sometimes when we have these holidays, we don't eat breakfast thinking we're going to save our calories for dinner. You really shouldn't think like that. I'm all for enjoying your favorite foods, but I still think that even on a holiday, you should eat somewhat balanced as well. And what I mean by that is, start breakfast off with a protein, a lean protein, and a vegetable, maybe some complex carbohydrates. So you could have some egg whites, low-fat Greek yogurt, protein shake, whatever vegetables you want, eat those, Just definitely start your day off on the right foot. It's also, it's good mentally too, just to start yourself off with a good breakfast, because I feel like I know for me anyway, if I eat vegetables at breakfast, it's kind of like, oh, I already have a win for the day. So veggies first, and the same thing with your Thanksgiving dinner. I hope you guys have veggies on the Thanksgiving platter, whatever you guys are going to be eating. Put veggies on your plate first. I cringe when I hear green bean casserole. It's not my favorite for some reason, but maybe you have some roasted veggies or, veggies that aren't totally, loaded with a cream sauce or salt or maple syrup. But choose your veggies first. Take your plate, put the veggies on first, have a side salad, and then move on. Water. So just because it's a holiday, it doesn't mean you shouldn't drink water. Water is so important. I can't tell you enough how many roles water plays in the body. And the other thing too with water is the foods we might be consuming on Thanksgiving might have more salt in them. So when we have something that's salty, the role of salt is to retain fluid. So if you have a high salty meal, maybe the next morning you can actually feel like your fingers swell or maybe your ring feels a little bit tighter. So by drinking water throughout the day, you're going to help keep yourself hydrated. And more importantly, if you're planning on working out on Friday, you really need to make sure, you're drinking enough, because you don't want to go into Friday's workout, feeling dehydrated and your body's like, what is happening? So drink water throughout the day and start when you wake up. What else? So as far as leftovers, this probably pertains to just people who are hosting. Don't let leftovers linger. I mean, unless you truly want them, but sometimes I find that when we'll go to someone's house, it's like everyone brings a dessert and then everyone leaves their desserts. So try to push leftovers on someone else. And I know that sounds like you're pushing your empty calories on someone else, but if you really want to, focus on, your nutrition journey and, maybe you're going to have a piece of pie or whatever it may be, skip the guilt, have the pie, move on. but just don't let that temptation linger, because that's when we kind of get in trouble mentally. So Thanksgiving is on a Thursday. So, we have maybe some foods we're not used to on Thanksgiving. Friday comes along. Well, maybe because they're in the house, we still have them. Saturday comes along. Do the same thing. Sunday comes along. It's like it just keeps going and going. And sometimes we have to get out of that mentality like, oh, I'm just going to start again on Monday. Well, you really shouldn't have that mentality. And that's why, some people just aren't successful in their nutrition journey, because it's a constant start again, stop again, when it should just be a continuum, if you will. I feel like I just digressed on that one, but I would say, give the leftovers away. If it's not something that you really want hanging around, send it with someone else. The other thing, and this kind of pertains to, if you're going to like a holiday party, which I'm not really sure many people are doing right now, but don't hang around the food table. And what I mean by that is, if there's a table of food, let's say it's appetizers, it could be just munchies, don't stand and talk to someone next to the food table, because you're gonna keep grabbing stuff and keep eating stuff, and before you know it, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I just filled up on like a whole block of cheese and crackers when we haven't even had dinner yet. I also say this with people who bring food into the living room to watch TV. Don't bring more than what you're gonna eat, because if you bring a bag of popcorn and you're watching TV, you're gonna eat the whole bag and not even realize it. You just are. I promise you will. So just bring what you want, eat it, and be done with it. So yeah, don't really hang out around the food table unless, that's just, I don't know. I just would say don't hang around the food table. So skip the guilt. What I mean by that is, if you want something, have it and move on. Don't beat yourself up about it. Just, Thanksgiving is to be enjoyed. It's a holiday, have the cake and move on. I think that's all I have for that. I do have a myth buster though. So I'm sure a lot of you have heard, people say turkey makes you sleepy because it has tryptophan, and tryptophan makes you tired. In part that's true, but it's really not entirely true. So I'm going to explain why. So turkey contains the essential amino acid called tryptophan. And when I say essential amino acid, I mean that the body cannot make it, so you have to consume it. So tryptophan, it's used in the body by niacin, which is B3. So niacin is used for digestion, healthy nerves and skin, and producing serotonin. And serotonin, which is that chemical that kind of, they call it the happy chemical. So it can, play a role in our moods. It can create feelings of happiness and relaxation. Serotonin is used to make melatonin. And melatonin is the hormone that regulates sleep. So that was kind of like a chain of events. So, so tryptophan is used by niacin, which plays a role in making serotonin, which plays a role in making melatonin, which is the hormone that, regulates sleep, which I had just said. So that's not why we get so tired on Thanksgiving, basically. We're not eating enough turkey to even come close. The thing that makes us so tired on Thanksgiving is we probably just ate 3 plates of food, and our body's working insanely hard to digest it all. When we eat food, blood rushes to the stomach. I shouldn't say rush, but blood travels to the stomach to aid in digestion. And that's its main function at that moment. It's focusing on, its energy, breaking down that food and bringing it to where it needs to go. So yeah, you're gonna feel tired. And the other thing too, which is just kind of maybe more like the mental side of things, but Thanksgiving, similar to Christmas, can sometimes feel like a buildup. And what I mean by that is, we might think, oh, Thanksgiving's in 2 weeks. Oh, Thanksgiving's in 1 week. Oh, Thanksgiving is in 3 days. So I feel like it's like you build up to Thanksgiving, and then maybe you're cooking a ton of food, you're exhausted, your work schedule could be off. So when Thanksgiving finally comes around, you're like, oh, I can finally relax. I can finally chill out, sit on the couch, but still be active in the morning, please. So I think it's more just, it's a couple other things that makes you tired. It's definitely not tryptophan. I think that's all I have. So once again, I hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving. I will see anyone who will be at the gym on Thanksgiving morning, and I hope you have a really nice day. I know you all deserve it. Bye, guys.